Action.
Greetings, fellow scientists, curious journalists and potential investors. My name is Dr. Westinger and this is my colleague Dr. Malcolm. We'd like to thank you for inviting us here today. The Omnicore company, its subsidiaries, is very excited because we're going to bring you today a presentation about the single greatest scientific achievement in the history of mankind.
We at Omnicore have dedicated ourselves to the highest standards of scientific achievement for over 30 years.
Omnicorp has led the industry in nuclear research, artificial intelligence, utopian social planning, space exploration, and genetic engineering since its inception in the wake of World War II and the Manhattan Project. We've committed ourselves to cutting-edge technology and pushing mankind's desire to understand the universe.
By the end of our presentation, the notion that we can understand the universe will seem as archaic as an Earth-centered galaxy or falling off the edge of a flat planet. I'm assuming that most of you here are familiar with the theory of Schrödinger's cat, but for those of you who are not, I will try and put it in a nutshell. If we put a cat inside a box with some radioactive material that's decaying at a random rate, probability suggests that when we open the box, the cat has a 50-50 chance of being either alive or dead. Schrödinger says, in fact, the cat is both alive and dead at the same time. It's not until we open the box that our universe then selects the poor creature's fate, or indeed good fortune.
For years, this little thought experiment has been little more than a conversation starter among quantum physicists and potheads. And more often than you might think, these two tend to be the same group. For we're here today to tell you there exist universes beyond our own.
During some of our deep space experiments on antimatter, we noted some strange discrepancies between the probes in space and those on Earth. Using Einstein's theory of relativity, we were attempting to find a way to travel backwards through time. The probes that returned from space revealed with their readings that they were predated when they had first been sent up. We assumed, therefore, that we had been successful. By travelling backwards through time, our probes had slipped into an entirely new universe.
Well, at first I stepped on your line.
Yeah,
Our first experiments were rather crude, simple probability testing, but the results were rather staggering. A die could roll both a 1 and a 6. A coin could be both heads and tails. One only need travel to the proper universe where the desired outcome plays out. Now with our...
Excuse me, I'm sure several of us have read Dr. Herring's work on inter-universe travel. Aren't you the least bit concerned about the possibility of a space-temporal collapse?
If you could please leave the questions until the end, we do have an awful lot of information to cover. However, if you are referring to Dr. Herring's argument that these temporal folds might rupture, so to speak, the essence of space and time, thus causing a sort of temporary switching between universes, then I can assure you Omnicore has done extensive research and these phenomena are not linked. Dr. Malcolm, if you would continue.
Thank you, Dr. Wessinger. In order to demonstrate the gravity of our discovery, we put together this short film using an important historical event, the assassination of John F. Kennedy. Now, I should warn you, some of these images are quite graphic.
In our universe, it's generally accepted that John F. Kennedy was assassinated by a lone gunman, Lee Harvey Oswald. And as you watch this film, you will see President Kennedy struck by the so-called magic bullet.
Now that is simply the outcome in our universe. Many people believe that there were two assassins who murdered John F. Kennedy, Lee Harvey Oswald and the man on the grassy knoll. Dr. Malcolm?
As you will see in this footage, John F. Kennedy is first struck by Oswald's bullet, and then by a second.
With infinite universes, we can take these outcomes even further. I'll let these images speak for themselves.
Sehr blutig, Herr Mann.
Ja, Herr Westwinger, wirklich eine Katastrophe.
Dieser nächste Winkel ist unterschiedlich noch. Schau die Menge an.
With further advancements in our discoveries, we are now able to dial into specific criteria for which desired Universe 1 wishes to see.
That's why we, and the other fine people at Omnicorp, are proud to present the first in a long line of infinite parallel universe products. Infoverse tourism.
Just imagine, you could go roller skating with Buddha, picnicking with Hitler, or jet skiing with Genghis Khan.
Infoverse tourism, where your dreams become our realities.
Well, that about concludes this portion of our presentation.
On behalf of Omnicorp, Dr. Malcolm and myself would like to thank you all for coming to this presentation and to invite you to the reception in the lobby.
Temporarily switching between universities. The Omnic phenomena are not linked. Wenn du investieren Fragen haben.
Please contact our Ministry of Investment. Their details can be found by calling our number
Contact our
498.
Ministry of Infrastructure. Their information can be found in your...
Now, with the creation of the porta potty, anybody can just go where they please anywhere in town.
That's not what the Infoverse can do for you, but what you can do for the Infoverse. That was awesome!